Hello, my wonderful students, disciples, followers, subscribers. This is your Master GongSun. Today we will be continuing the Jing series, chapter 12. And here are the verses I want to focus the most on. The 5 colors blind the eye, the 5 tones deafen the ears, the 5 flavors dull the palate. Racing and chasing causes our mind, heart to go mad. This is why the sage cares more about his inner vision instead of what he sees with his eyes. Alright, it's because what you see with your eyes could be deceptive. Alright, so let's break this down. I mean, they write in such the old way of speaking. I mean, it is not easy to understand such archaic language. This is what I think it means, and I'm gonna update this all for the modern person to understand it properly. So the 5 colors blind the eye and all that. So basically, to me, it talks about overindulgence, right? If you do too much, or indulge too much, drink too much, have too much sex, indulge in too many sensual pleasures, your senses won't perceive as well. And this makes perfect sense. And I'm going to tell you a bit about a friend of a friend who I know does a lot of drugs. He is very self-destructive. Because apparently, and obviously this guy learned nothing from his near-death experience. Because apparently he had a near-death experience, and the only thing he learned from that is life is short, so let's be as hedonistic and as pleasure-seeking as possible. Really? That's what he learned from his near-death experience? I don't think so. But I know he has a lot of problems, and what I heard was that he was recently caught stealing money from his job and was fired. So, in Taoism, we say you get what you deserve, right? Law of cause and effect, as I mentioned in a previous video. So, anyway, balance is important. Moderation is important. I mean, I remember indulging in too much chocolate. Have you ever done that before? Where you just have a craving for chocolate and you eat and eat and eat, and then all of a sudden, after your 3rd bar of chocolate, you realize, hey, I don't want this anymore. This chocolate is starting to taste nasty. It's because you have overindulged. Have a little bit, you'll be fine. You'll still want it later on. But if you eat too much of something, anything, you'll dislike it. So that's what chapter 12 means, right? The 5 flavors dull the palate. That's definitely true. I mean, even for something as important as water, we drink water, we need it to sustain life, but there is such a thing as water poisoning. Think about it. The last part there talks about the sage. We call it Zenren in Mandarin. It means the true person, so someone who has truly seized control of who he is or she is and is able to see things for what they are. You see with your inner vision, and you let go of the outer vision, because the outer vision lies to us all the time. You know, those optical illusions, right? I mean, they lie to us all the time. Our senses are actually really bad at perceiving things in general. And I remember studying this in psychology class. The point is, you have to see with your mind's eye, and do not be deceived by your superficial first glance. And how do you see with your inner vision? You have to self-cultivate. So we're talking Tai Chi, which I do. You have to meditate. You have to recite your incantations, which I'll teach some other time. Anyway, food for thought. This is your Master GongSun. Thank you for tuning in. As usual, keep following the Tao. I mean, that is how you will attain true happiness, once you act in accordance with the Tao.